Hi, I'm Barnard, editor of So Beautiful magazine. In our next issue, our fall back to school issue, we have a great technique by Amelia Johansson. It's garnered from some vintage clothing, and we noticed that on a really cute little boy's outfit like this romper, there were some really sweet hidden pockets. Inside here, you'll see that there's a little pocket that I can stick my fingers in. In this dress, we show a cute little flower, and it looks like an applique when you first look at it, but it has a secret pocket. There's a couple more motifs that are also included in the issue, and you'll get templates for this on the centerfold. But this is a little moon pocket, and it's got just the right amount to put toys or little gum or candy, or just the right size for a frog or a lizard. And on this one we have a little mouse, and you can stick your fingers in there. But doesn't it look just like a little applique on the surface of a garment? We're going to show you how you can make a secret hidden pocket out of almost any shape you desire. And we'll come back, I'll show you how to do that great technique. It's in the magazine, but you'll also see how to do it step by step here. Okay, I've decided to use a circle shape, which is just a very simple shape. But like the samples I showed you earlier, you could use teardrop shapes, you can use football shapes, it doesn't matter what shape. We're going to be using a circle. And later on you can imagine maybe this as being the mouth, you know, a smaller circle could be the mouth of a frog, and you might have an applique of a frog around here, and then you create a little pocket out of his mouth. On this one, we just did a matching little felt stitched flower to match our print. And I'm going to show you how to create the pattern and how to do this treatment. First, you need to start off with a few little measurements and a template. This is just in smaller scale. Here's my circle. My circle's probably about 3 inches across. But what you'll do is you'll start off with your template, whatever shape it is. It doesn't matter if it's a teardrop or a circle or what. You'll need to measure down about 4 inches from the bottom of your shape. And 4 inches makes a good pocket bag to put little things in. So that's a good depth for almost any design for a children's garment. You'll add 1 inch to either side because you're going to have some seam allowance and a little leeway on this side. And add 1/2 inch to the top. What you want to do is measure from this measurement, this dotted line, down to here, and you'll double that, bringing it up to here. And this rectangle becomes your pocket bag, and the circle will be your template for your pocket opening. Next, what you'll want to do is decide on your garment where you want your pocket opening to be. Let's pretend this is a A-line dress, or it could be a skirt, or it can be a purchased garment even. Let's say that you had a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, anything that you want to put your pocket opening in. You just take your template, place it where you want it, trace around it. I traced it with a blue washout marker, and then so that you could see it better on the video, I put little black dots. But you'll just want to use a blue wash away marker. Okay, so this is the right side of my garment. The next thing I want to do is cut out my rectangle, my pocket bag. This is my pocket facing. And this will be the wrong side of my pocket facing. This is the bottom and this is the top. Of course, this is going to get folded under like this later. So I've drawn my circle just like in my template that I just showed you, 1/2 inch below my fold line. Then I'm going to place my pocket bag or the pocket facing over my garment and match up my circles like so. And then we're going to stitch around this. So I've got, well, let me get ahead of myself. Okay, I've got this one sewn up for you. Now I used white thread, so it's probably a little hard to see, but as you can see here, I've stitched all the way around the circle. Then I've come through and I've cut out the center part and discarded that. And then I've clipped every 1/4 of an inch because I'm going to be turning that in to the inside. And then I've got all these threads everywhere. It's crazy. Alright, then you want to do is pull your pocket bag or your pocket facing to the wrong side of the garment. So once we've turned it, we've created a hole or an opening, a window. This is our pocket window. But before we close our pocket bag, we want to do the top stitching or any decorative stitching below the bag. So to do that, and I'll show you this wrong side, if we were to go ahead and close our bag and then top stitch it, we would close our chances of getting our hand in there and it wouldn't be a pocket at all. So what we're going to do is keep this open, keep this up and out of the way, turn it to the right side, and we're going to top stitch here. I'll show you what I did. On this one, I used a bright pink thread and I top stitched just the lower half of the circle. The upper half of the circle is not top stitched. Now if this were an odd shape, like let me show you on the moon. If this were the moon, you would stitch from this point all the way around to this point and you would leave this part open. So if you have an odd shape, you just have to use good judgment of where your hand's going to be going into the pocket. So, and that will show on the back side on the pocket bag, but that's going to be covered up later. What you'll want to do next is bring your facing down and join your raw edges. And we're going to be stitching the bottom and the sides, and we're going to do it separately so that we don't catch any of our dress fabric. So we'll sew this side, then we'll sew this side, and that way our pocket bag will be kind of free on the back side, and it will look like, it will look like this on the back side. And as you can see, we finished our top stitching by stitching from this side to this side on the upper half. But this side is still free. Now on the mouse, I wanted to show you that in particular because on the mouse there was decorative stitching above the opening. And as you can see, that kind of holds our pocket facing down, and all of that stitching was done after the pocket bag was sewn. So the rule of thumb is any decorative stitching below the pocket opening you do before the pocket bag is closed, and any decorative stitching you do above the pocket opening is done after the pocket opening, after the pocket is sewn. In this case, we just sewed a pretty decorative thing on the pocket facing, but you can do all kinds of, if say this was orange, you could do a pumpkin face, or you could do a basketball or a baseball. So be creative with it, and don't forget about yourself. You don't have to just do pocket shapes on children's clothes. You can be inventive and do great pocket shapes on your own clothes.